Hey guys, it's Alasia, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this very cute ruffled scarf. I've already made a couple of them because I love the way that they look so much, and they're super fast and easy to make, very beginner friendly. The only stitch we're going to use today is the double crochet, so I'll teach you guys how to do that. What else? Yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like when I put it on, but they're super fun to make, super easy, and I'm really excited to show you guys how to do this. This is what the scarf looks like when you put it on. I especially love this green one. I wear it all the time as a cute little accessory, especially because the weather's been pretty chilly, so it keeps me on nice and toasty when I'm outside. But you can make this scarf whatever thickness you'd like, so you can make it thinner or thicker, it's totally up to you. But again, really fun, really exciting, so let's get started. For today's materials, you're going to need 2 different colors of yarn. Today I'll be using white and gray, and both of these are worsted weight, but you can use whatever weight you'd like, and I'd actually recommend using a chunkier yarn for this scarf. But of course you can use a thinner yarn, whatever your preference is. For our other materials today, you'll need a yarning needle to weave in our ends, scissors, and a hook size appropriate to the yarn that you're using. Today I'll be using a 6mm hook. To begin, we are going to be chaining the width of our scarf. To do this, you're going to chain a multiple of 2 and then add 6. So that means you can do a chain of 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on, and then add 6 more. So we're going to make our slip knot. And then we're going to make our chain by yarning over and pulling through. And that's going to be your first chain. Today, I'm going to be making a chain of 16 and then adding 6 more, so a total of 22. To start our second row, we're going to be working a double crochet into the 6th chain from our hook. So we're going to go ahead and count them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll be working into this chain here, and we're going to put a double crochet. To do this, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook into that 6th stitch. We're going to yarn over again and pull that through, and then we have 3 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, and now we have 2 more loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops, and that's how you're going to do your double crochet. What we're going to do now is chain 1, and then we're going to skip the next chain and double crochet into the one after that. So again, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, and then we have 3 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops. And there's our second double crochet. So again, we're going to chain 1, skip 1 chain, and double crochet into the next chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, if I can get it, and then we're going to pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops. Again, we're going to chain 1, skip a chain, and double crochet into the next chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So keep repeating this pattern until you reach the end of your chain, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so I've completed my first row, and this is what my scarf is looking like now. I actually ended up sizing my hook size down because I realized that I was using a bit too big of a hook. So now I'll be using a 5.5 millimeter instead of a 6 millimeter. This next row is going to be our repeat round for the entire scarf, and to begin this row we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to turn our work. So we'll be working into not the spaces but the actual previous double crochets of each round, and we'll just be working double crochets into each of those. So we're going to start by yarning over, inserting our hook into that first double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to chain 1, and then work into that next double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops. So again, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to work our double crochet into the next stitch. Continue doing this until you make it all the way to the end of your row. Once you've made it to your last stitch, this can be a little bit tricky to see. I probably should have picked a different yarn, but we're going to skip this first chain here and double crochet into the next chain. And so that's going to count as like that chain 1 space in between each double crochet for the last stitch. And then this is what your scarf should be looking like so far. So again, to start each new round, we are going to chain up 3 and turn our work. And then we'll be working into the previous double crochets of our last round. So do your double crochet as normal. And chain 1, and then we're going to work into our next double crochet. So keep doing this until you make it to the end of your round, and I'll show you where to place that last double crochet. When you make it to the end of your round, which is that chain 3 that we started with, you're going to want to place your last double crochet into the second chain. So this first chain is very, very hard to see because it's very tight, but this is our first chain here, and our second, and then this is the third. So we're going to be placing our last double crochet into that second chain. And that's what 3 rounds of our scarf should look like so far. So you're going to want to keep repeating this pattern until your scarf is the length that you'd want it to be, and I'll go ahead and meet you back when I've completed this as well. Just remember to chain 3 and turn at the beginning of each new round, and once you reach the end of your round, put your last double crochet into that second chain. Okay guys, so I finished crocheting the length of my scarf, and this is what it's looking like now. For reference, when I lay it flat, it reaches about 47 inches or 3 feet 11 inches when it's not stretched. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is fasten off our yarn, and I'll show you how to do that. You're going to need your scissors. So to fasten off our yarn, we are going to chain 1 and leave a bit of a tail at the end and cut it off. And then we're going to take our hook and pull that through and then pull it to tighten it. And now you've fastened off your yarn. What we're going to go ahead and do now is add the ruffle border to the scarf. Alright, so to begin the border of our scarf, we're going to attach our second color. And to do this, you're going to insert your hook into the last stitch that you worked. Take your second color of yarn and pull that through, like that. Then you're going to take your 2 ends and tie a knot. We're going to start this row by working the short edge of the scarf, and then we'll begin working the long edges after. We're going to begin with a chain 3, which is going to count as our first double crochet. To do the ruffles of the scarf, you're going to want to put 3 double crochets into each stitch and space. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we'll be working into both these spaces and double crochets of each round. So if you can see here, where I attached my yarn would be the double crochet in that space, and then next to it in this little gap, we're going to also be working in there. So we'll be working into the double crochet, which is this space, and then the space next to it. And we're going to be putting 3 double crochets in each of these stitches. So if you kind of understand what we're doing, you can go ahead and start, but if you need some more help, don't worry, I'm going to show you guys what to do. So I've turned my work so that I can begin working the short edge of the scarf, and I'm going to put 2 more double crochets into this stitch where I attached my yarn. So that counts as 3 double crochets in that stitch. And now we're going to be working into the space right next to it. And again, we're going to put 3 double crochets in that space. So now we've worked our second ruffle, kind of. And now we're going to be working into the double crochet next to it in that space. And again, we're going to put 3 double crochets. So again, we're going to be working in the space next to the double crochet now, and 3 double crochets in that space. Then we're going to put our 3 double crochets into the previous double crochet. Then into the space. And then the next double crochet, and you're going to keep repeating this all the way until you make it down to the end of the short round, and I'll tell you what to do once you reach that corner. Alright, so I finished making the ruffles to this first short edge, and this is what my scarf is looking like now. To do your corner, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to work into that side space, working your same 3 double crochets as normal. And then we'll just be following the same pattern, doing our 3 double crochets in each gap and stitch. And on our corners, we'll do that chain 2 and make sure you do your 3 double crochets in the side space. So I'm going to go ahead and continue the ruffle border of my scarf. I'll show you guys how to end it, and then we're pretty much done after that. So yeah, I'll meet you guys back once I've completed my scarf. Alright you guys, so I've almost finished doing the ruffled border of my scarf, and I used white to easily show the stitches, but as you can see I've finished with black just because I thought that it looked better. And we're simply going to end with a slip stitch into that 3rd chain. I know it's a bit hard to see because of the dark yarn, but we're going to slip stitch into that 3rd chain and then fasten off. So we're going to insert our hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull that through those 2 loops. If I can, there we go. Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and fasten off. And now your scarf is pretty much done. We just have to go ahead and weave in those ends. So now you can just go ahead, grab your yarning needle and weave in those ends. And once you do that, your scarf will be all finished. And I'll show you guys what mine looks like when it's done. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. I love how it turned out so much. I think it's super cute and I'm so excited to wear it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, and that you now have a cute little ruffled scarf that you get to wear around. If you have any other questions or need some help with anything, don't be afraid to comment them down below and I'll do my best to help and answer those questions. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you'd like more content from me and more beginner-friendly tutorials. I'll see you guys next Friday. Thanks for watching.